Arya Ven had survived 3 months aboard the Keshari, a massive colony ship belonging to the Felkar, a species that resembled bipedal lions with golden fur and eyes like molten amber. She'd been rescued from a derelict human vessel drifting near the outer veil, half-starved and alone. The Felkar had taken her in without hesitation, though they studied her with endless curiosity. Today, that curiosity had reached a breaking point. "What is birthday?" Tovri asked, his small, pointed ears twitching forward. The cub couldn't have been more than 7 standard years old, barely reaching Arya's waist. His voice carried that peculiar reverb all Felkar possessed, like 2 voices speaking in harmony. Arya had been reviewing star charts in the observation deck when Tovri and his podmates, 6 other cubs, had surrounded her. They did this often, fascinated by the strange, furless alien who spoke their language haltingly and ate the oddest foods. "A birthday," Arya said, setting down her datapad, "is the day you were born. Once every year, we celebrate that day." Tovri's tail lashed with excitement. "Celebrate? How?" "Well, there's usually a cake, a sweet food, candles that you blow out, gifts, songs. People who love you gather to show they're happy you exist." The cubs exchanged glances, their collective purr rising in pitch, a sign of agitation or deep thought. "You celebrate existing?" The smallest cub, Mara, tilted her head so far it was almost upside down. "Just once per cycle?" "Just once," Arya confirmed. "Why only once?" Tovri's eyes narrowed with that unsettling Felkar intensity. "If someone you love exists, should you not celebrate always?" Arya opened her mouth, then closed it. She'd never quite thought of it that way. "I suppose it's special because it's rare? And humans have a lot of responsibilities. We can't celebrate every day. Cannot or will not," Tovri pressed. Before Arya could answer, the cubs huddled together, their tails intertwining in that way that meant they were engaging in subvocal communication frequencies too low for human ears. When they broke apart, Tovri looked triumphant. "When is your birthday, Arya Ven?" She laughed. "Actually, it was 3 days ago. I turned 28. The reaction was immediate and catastrophic. Tovri's eyes went wide, his pupils dilating until they were nearly circular. 3 days? He roared, an impressive sound from such a small body. "You have been among us for 93 days, and you did not tell us of this sacred day." "It's not sacred, it's just, you were alone?" Mara's voice cracked with what could only be described as horror. "On the day you celebrate your existence, you were alone among strangers?" "You're not strangers anymore," Arya said softly. "You're friends." This, somehow, made it worse. The cubs began to keen a mournful sound that brought adult Felkar running from 3 decks away. Within an hour, Arya found herself standing before Captain Zera, the ship's commander, whose silver-streaked mane denoted both age and wisdom. Tovri stood beside Arya, his small body vibrating with determination. "The human had a birthday," Tovri explained with great solemnity. "She celebrated her existence alone. This is a great wrong that must be corrected." Zera's tail swished, once a sign of deep consideration. "How long does a human birthday celebration last?" "Usually just a day," Arya said quickly. "Really, it's fine. You don't need to." "A day?" Tovri interrupted. "She has lived 28 years. 28 cycles of existence, of survival, of becoming who she is. And humans celebrate this with a single day?" He turned to Zera. "Captain, I propose 7 days. 1 for each member of my pod who failed to honor her. 1 for each of us who will now make this right." Zera's whiskers twitched, the Felkar equivalent of a smile. "The cub speaks wisdom. 7 days seems appropriate." "Captain, no. Arya started. "It is decided." Zera's voice carried the weight of absolute authority. "The human Arya Ven will be honored for 7 days. All recreational shifts will include celebration components. The galley will prepare special foods. We will learn human celebration songs. But we have duties, responsibilities. Yes, Zhera agreed. And our greatest responsibility is to honor those who walk among us. What purpose does survival serve if we do not celebrate the lives we preserve? She placed a massive paw on Arya's shoulder. You saved yourself when your ship failed. You learned our language. You share our meals and teach our cubs about your people. Your existence matters. Arya Ven. For 7 days, we will ensure you know this. The celebration was chaos. The Felkar, Arya learned, did nothing halfway. The ship's fabricators worked overtime producing what the cubs insisted were birthday hats, conical things that sat awkwardly on Felkar heads, but which everyone wore with fierce pride. The galley staff, after intense consultation with Arya about human desserts, created something that was neither cake nor recognizable but was sweet and made with such care that Arya cried when she first tasted it. On day 2, the entire crew learned, "Happy birthday." 300 Felkar voices singing in harmonic resonance. The words mangled, but the emotion pure. Nearly shattered Arya's composure completely. On day 3, they exchanged gifts, mostly small things. A blanket woven in human-style patterns. A data chip containing every human text file recovered from her old ship. A crudely carved wooden figure that looked vaguely human if you squinted. On day 4, Tovri presented his gift. A drawing showing Arya surrounded by cubs, all their tails intertwined. "So you remember," he said. "You are not alone. Not anymore. Not ever." By day 7, Arya understood. Birthdays weren't about the person celebrating, they were about the community acknowledging that person's impact. The Felkar, with their emphasis on pack bonds and collective survival, had taken a simple human tradition and revealed its deeper truth. Existence was worth celebrating. Not just once, but continuously, through action and acknowledgement. When the celebration finally ended, Zhera found Arya in the observation deck, watching the stars. "Your people celebrate birthdays alone?" the captain asked. "Sometimes. Often with family, if we have them." Zhera's tail wrapped around Arya's shoulders, the Felkar gesture of pack bond. "Then it is good you are here. Cubs need many reminders, but they understand what matters. That we celebrate those we love, not because it is convenient, but because they exist." Arya leaned into the warmth of the captain's fur. "Thank you. For all of it. Thank Tovri. He understands humans better than most." Zhera's laugh rumbled through her chest. "He has declared that next year, we will celebrate for 10 days. I have not yet determined if he is joking." Arya smiled, watching her reflection in the viewport surrounded by golden-furred giants who'd taken a castaway and made her family. "I hope he's not," she said quietly. Neither of them noticed Tovri in the doorway, his tail swishing with satisfaction. "Already planning next year's festivities."